Welcome back to Once Upon a Grandad. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoy sweet, silly, and heartwarming stories, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today's story is Mommy's Little Monster by Dawn McNiff, and pictures by Kate Willis Crowley. A charming and funny tale about a little monster who's not quite ready for bed, but even wild little monsters need hugs, bedtime stories, and lots of love. Let's find out what bedtime looks like in the monster world. Here we go. Trolls love their mommies. Tiny Troll loved his mommy a lot. More than puddles, more than earwigs. But Tiny Troll's mommy was going to a party tonight. Coming with you, said Tiny Troll. Oh no, my little monster, said his mommy. This party's only for grown-ups. Miss Hag is going to babysit you. I'm not a baby, he whined. But his mommy wouldn't listen. Tiny Troll sat on his mommy's lap while she painted her claws and curled her bristles. He held onto her leg while she waxed her tail and rubbed slime into her scales. Then she dabbed behind her ears with blue bottle perfume and put on her high-heel clodhoppers and her pondweed cloak. She was ready. Tiny Troll took one look at his mommy and loved her so much he nearly popped. She was the prettiest mommy ever. She was Princess Mommy Troll. He put his arms in the air. His mommy picked him up. She smelled stinky sweet and strange. Not like his mommy at all. Miss Hag arrived. Tiny Troll clung on tight, but his mommy was firm. He put him back on the ground. Come now, my little monster, she said. Give mommy a kiss goodbye. But Tiny Troll shook his head. He turned away and pouted. So his mommy blew him a kiss and slipped out the cave door. Tiny Troll roared. He threw himself at the door. Me! Come on, lovey, said Mrs. Hag. How about some warm mud milk and a bedtime story? Tiny Troll liked mud milk, but he loved his mommy more. No, he yelled. He flung his toy slug against the wall. Mommy! Okay, Miss Hag said kindly. I'll be in the swamp room if you want me. Tiny Troll lay with his face scrunched into the itchy mat. His tears made a big wet patch. Meanie mommy, he muttered. He drummed the door hard with his tiny tail. Whack, whack, whack. Then he smelled a creamy, muddied smell coming from the swamp room. Tiny Troll sighed. He did like mud milk. He stood up and wiped his eyes. He peeped around the corner. Does mud milk make crying go away? He asked. I think it does, said Mrs. Hag. So Tiny Troll had a mugful of mud milk, and Miss Hag read him his favorite story about a little troll scaring a big wolf away. Then Miss Hag let him have another mugful. Tiny Troll snuggled up to her. His mommy never let him have more. Tiny Troll's eyelids suddenly seemed very heavy. He felt Miss Hag lift him up and carry him to his bog. She gently tucked him in. When Tiny Troll woke up, it was still night time, and his mom was leaning over his bed to kiss him good night. She was still wearing her party dress, but she had taken off her makeup, and her bristles smelled of mold again. I'm back home, she said softly, and I brought you a treat from the party. It was a bag of rotten worms, his favorite. Tiny Troll hugged his lovely mommy and his yummy worms and smiled a sleepy smile. Maybe grown-up parties weren't so bad after all. Who will always be my baby? She whispered. Who's mommy's little monster? Tiny Troll said, Me. And as his mommy stroked his head, he drifted back to sleep. The end. Thank you for joining me for Mommy's Little Monster. That was such a fun and silly adventure, because sometimes bed does feel like a wild monster hunt, doesn't it? But in the end, there's nothing better than snuggling up, feeling safe, and drifting off to sleep. Going to bed can be tough sometimes, but with a cozy cozy blanket, a bedtime story from Once Upon a Grandad, and someone who loves you nearby, nighttime can become your favorite part of the day. That's when dreams take flight, monsters turn into giggles, and even the busiest little ones get their rest. What's your bedtime routine like? Do you read a book, snuggle with a stuffed animal, or listen to music before you fall asleep? I hope you'll come back again soon for another story with me. If you had fun today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves bedtime stories too. Sweet dreams, and see you on the next video at Once Upon a Grandad.